Okay, so Montel does his speech for Leah. We see Sammy and Jess on good terms. And of course, we have this Scott and Gabby situation out of nowhere, which I'm kind of feeling. Hey guys, it's Morali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back at again, daily and consistent content. If you have not clicked that button, please click subscribe. I would appreciate it. It's my 6th or 5th video of the day, and I still have another one coming out after this. So a lot's happening today. Subscribe and let's get straight into this mess, and head over to my Instagram at Murad_Morali and follow me there too. So, okay, a lot's happened in this episode, a lot for us to break down. You know, the boys were really upset with Mitchel, with his behavior. I feel like their points do make sense. You know, they feel like their boy, Mitch, who they've been, staying with for 4 or 5 weeks in this villa, is suddenly somebody who's speaking about them around their backs continuously, multiple times, 24/7. And of course, they want to pick that up as an issue. Do I think it's that deep? No, it's not. And I think the boys know it's not that deep. One quality of Sammy that I do like and that I have liked is that he likes to resolve things quickly. He doesn't hold grudges. There's multiple situations that he's had where he just wants to be like, we've had this conversation, it's all good, no worries, let's move on. That can be a pro and a con, but you know, he doesn't like to hold on to things. Once he's had that conversation, he likes to move on. He wants to progress. And I'm glad that, you know, the boys wanted to progress with Mitchel because it was never that serious. But of course, I get if they had worries, it is substantiated and they should have a conversation with them if they feel a type of way. They all did, they packed it up, they moved on. That's what I like to see. Let's keep it cute, quick, and let's get on to the next situation. I'm glad, I don't know if you guys saw, but Locan and Whitney in the bed, they were definitely feeling each other left, right, center. And I'm absolutely here for that. And I wish we'd get some airtime of their conversations because I would like to know what these both two, you know, talk about. Katie and Uzi, I actually am not mad at this. I feel like they both do like each other. I feel like they're both slow burners. So we're going to see it for a while before it gets quite strong. But evidently, there's no significant amount of interest that Katie and Uzi have for anybody else at this moment. So it gives them both a beeline for each other to have their own journey. And I'm not mad at it. I feel like they're a good looking couple together. And Katie is somebody who gets really much obsessed over somebody. We all saw that with Scott back in season 2. So I think that, you know, she's just taking a while to get into this. And I think Uzi is just the same. Ella and Tariq are on perfect terms. Of course, they were kissing and etc. I wish they would turn on the microphones when they do that. But evidently, these two are doing absolutely fine as well. We see in the tomorrow night teaser that, you know, people are going to be dumped. There's going to be a culling yet again. I don't know who could be going, but my guesses are that I think that's probably Catherine and Elon right now on the plane, on the way back home, on that Ryanair flight, in the middle seats, on the way back to Heathrow or Gatwick. I think they're both going to be there. I think Elon will be there by default and by association because, you know, Catherine, a lot of people aren't liking over the last couple of episodes. What I didn't like in this episode is that there was no remorse for how the girls kind of treated Scott. I think multiple of, you know, all of them, they didn't really have a conversation with Scott to say, you know what, Katie could have said, I raised my voice, shouldn't have done that. Or, you know, Catherine's quick comments, or, you know, or even Leah piping up in a situation that doesn't involve her. They could have reflected themselves, and we haven't seen that. Yet we saw Scott apologize to Leah in the last night's episode after movie night. And that is disappointing to see because I feel like one thing about Catherine, sorry, I'm itching my eye, that I don't like, that I've been seeing in the last couple of episodes, there's no acknowledgement of what I've done might have hurt you or upset you. And I feel like, at least for the sake of it, go up to him and say, you know what, sorry if it was taken that way, at least say something to try and move on. But clearly there's no conflict resolution there that, you know, she's having. And I feel like some of the girls could have had that conversation with him, but in today's episode there was no sign of remorse, no sign of let's have this conversation. Absolutely nothing. And I just feel like, you know, the boys are chiming in. Tariq's being a little messy as well, saying, oh, Mitchel, look what Scott's doing. He's moving to Gabby and etc. whatever. Mitchel then reports to the boys. Of course, Mitchel is, you know, more closer to the group dynamic than Scott is. So it definitely puts a spanner in the works for Mitchel, but I'm not mad at it. I'm really not mad at Scott and Gabby and what could come from this. Scott evidently having a conversation so effortlessly with Gabby to the point where Gabby's already interested clearly shows that he has riz and shows that he could have flirted with anybody and really brought anybody back if he wanted to, because clearly he's having a good chat with Gabby quite quickly. So it shows to the rest of the villa that within seconds, if he wants to flirt with somebody else, he can do that and take somebody else's girl, and it looks like it's going that way. Because if Gabby really liked, what's her name again? Is her name Gabby? Hold on, what is this girl's name? It's not Gabby. Gabby was the one. Mitchel. What? Who does he? What's her name? Yeah, Abby. Sorry. If Abby was really interested in Mitchel like that, she wouldn't have entertained Scott. She wouldn't even have a conversation with him. She would have shut it down quickly. I like the fact that she went to Mitchel to say, you know what, this is happening by the way, and then goes back to Scott. She doesn't leave him outside. She wants him to know, which I feel like is a good quality. And I feel like Abby and Scott look good to me right now. So we'll just see where it goes. Very early days. It's literally been less than a day. But it shows to everybody in the villa that if Scott wants to chat to somebody because he thinks something might be there and Tariq is pushing that conversation, it's really, it shows that Scott can do and bring somebody if he wants to. So for the majority of the girls to say that nobody picked you, nobody wanted you, or, you all got mugged off by everybody, as they were all saying, clearly not, because he can get somebody if he wants. Even the girls, basically calling him clapped and that he couldn't get anyone, he has no personality, riz, whatever. Scott, objectively speaking, is not clapped. Nobody in the villa is clapped. Everybody is good looking. So, that just didn't make any sense to me. But evidently there's a conversation going on there with Abby, and we'll just see where it goes. Tariq is a good asset to the producers because not only is he causing that trouble with Ella and etc., but he pushes the other contestants to try and do stuff. That is what we call a ghost producer contestant. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. He tells Mitchel, look what's happening, X, Y, Z. Oh, Scott, go do that, go do that. Oh, cast some more people when they were there. Oh, go this person, go kiss that person. He's pushing storylines. He's doing what the producers normally would tell contestants to do, but on camera. And so I think that he is a very good asset to the show and one of the great contestants from a producer perspective. Jess and Sammy, Jess taking him back. I mean, at this point, what choice does she have? She ain't got no other choice to crack on with anybody else. I feel bad for her because Sammy is not the one for her. It doesn't make any sense. The public are not into it. There's no longevity for the relationship and it just does not need to work. Whew. That is my honest opinion on the situation. Not here for it. It's boring. Sammy literally said in a confessional that that's not even what he's into. He said that with confidence early on. Suddenly now he wants to be closed off. It doesn't make any sense. So where does this leave Amber? I feel like Amber is going to be dumped. She made such a stupid decision. Her dad spoke out saying that Amber was actually meant to come in as one of the early on bombshells, similar to a time when Whitney was in there. But she got food poisoning, went home, and they offered her Casa Amor, and she accepted it, which was something that she should never have done. She should have said no. She should have said, no, I'm sick. I will come on to the next summer season as an OG, and that's what I want. She has the rights to demand that because her father is a famous footballer. Why on earth would you accept to come as a Casa Amor individual, barely been picked, stuck in a triangle, and you're going to probably be chucked out tomorrow or quite soon, and your impact has been far less profound than what you would have had you come in as an OG bombshell or early on bombshell. And that's exactly what she should have done. Doesn't make any sense, and it is a shame because I feel like there's potential for her. But again, 19, way too young. And we can see it here now, way too young. And, Tommy Molly-Mae is different because although she was 19, he was 20. So, she had an age mate in there. There's not many for Amber in there. It doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, to be honest with you. I don't really see it. The Montel Leo situation, not buying it. Again, it doesn't make any sense to me how guys can suddenly act absolutely mad, show the damn clips to her face, and then he does a speech and everything's okay, like we're in some Disney movie. Now, don't get me wrong. Montel's speech was great. The words were great. The way he said it was great. Everything about it was great. And I feel like it's not genuine, in my opinion, because of his actions. His actions you should listen to more than his words. And he said many times, X, Y, Z. Even his conversation with Tink at Casa Amor was quite rude. And then, he has this abrupt, Vim, and then he kind of is a sheep to the boys, one of those, C-side characters to the boys. All of these are not good qualities, and I feel like if he's moving like this on camera, what is he doing off camera when you lot are outside the villa? It doesn't make any sense. I don't see the longevity in it. I'm just confused by it, to be honest with you. I've never doubted Leah's genuineness. I feel like she genuinely likes Montel and has done, and I've never doubted that from day one. I feel like her feelings for him are genuine, but at the same time, I don't see it going anywhere. Not buying this whole bravado of a speech situation. Will did the same thing, I believe, when they were all like lining up. I don't like it when they do this. These performances, acts, scenes, whatever you want to call it, it's run dry. We don't care about it. The only time it was captivating to me was when Amber did it to Kem back in season 3, or Kem did it to Amber, in season 3, asking to be a boyfriend. That to me was, this is cute, because not only did you feel the connection between them two, but also, it was early on, back when Love Island was reaching a peak. Fear, I feel like we've seen all of this stuff. It happens all the time. And, you know, I'm glad that Molly spoke to Zachariah and was like, I don't need to do this big speech for you. I don't need to do, I like you, I love you, X, Y, Z. I don't need to do all that because, you know where I'm at with you, which to me is far more understanding than doing this bravado speech. It doesn't make any sense. I don't see it lasting because Montel's behavior has been absolutely deplorable when it comes to Leah. And he's just a follower. You don't want somebody who's a follower. I just wanted the girls to at least have some kind of reflective behavior to how they treated Scott and to at least say, you know, things went a bit left, or sorry I raised my voice, it shouldn't have gone that way. Something like that they should have at least said in passing, and that would have been nice to have seen, but we just didn't get any of that. So I'm here for Abby and Scott. I'm here for anybody that comes with Scott, to be honest with you. And I feel like when Catherine comes up the villa, she's going to get a shock of her life when she realizes that the majority of the public are really upset with her and they're not backing her as they may have assumed, and that her behavior has honestly, post-Casa Amor guys, been deplorable. Like, the more she acts and the more I see it as days go on, it has been deplorable. Not because of her picking this man, but it is the continuous delivery, not delivery, continuous delivery. Because Casa, then movie night, and in between, let me just close my garden door. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I just felt like there's been just absolutely nothing. Like, there's been no, like, you know what, my bad. Even Faye was like, apologized and whatever, and they go back together again and etc. And I'm just not seeing that. Evidently Faye's behavior was far, far worse. But at least for Catherine to say, there's no awareness. And to me, that's just very weird, like, and scary. There's no awareness to be like, you know what, I shouldn't have said that. You know what, I get your feelings. You know what, I get... She was just very happy with Elon, that she's completely disregarded his feelings and been completely emotionless throughout. And the reason why I'm saying that today is because still today, there's still none of that acknowledgement. After the dust has settled, I would have expected it, and it's just not there. So listen, this character development Catherine has had for us as viewers, from being to that, is really crazy to me. Like, honestly, I did not expect it. And I just think that, you know, none of the girls showed some kind of remorse or some kind of, you know, having a nice conversation with him. I just feel like when I see him, he's really there with one or two people, not really much. And I'm seeing it more now. I'm aware more of it now as episodes go on. I'm opening up to it more. And yeah, let me know your thoughts are, guys. When you subscribe to the channel, click that button. It is daily and consistent content. Sound off in the comment box below. What are your thoughts on everything with Catherine, and thoughts on, you know, Scott and Abby, thoughts on Leah and Montel? Did you like the speech? Thoughts on Mitchel, thoughts on Zach and Molly, and your thoughts on Whitney and Locan and Katie and Uzi. Subscribe to the channel, click that button, head over to my TikTok for my Love Island review over there, and head over to my Instagram at Murad_Morali, and I'm also now on Threads, where I occasionally talk about Love Island. But, you know, Love Island, to me, it's on a sinking ship, child. That's what I honestly feel like. Gone are the days when, you know, I really, like, I don't know what it is. Like, we've had such a great season, but for the ratings to still be so low, it just shows to me that the ship is sinking. Irrespective of how great the content is, it is sinking, guys, because of overconsumption, and they want to bring back winter. They've confirmed it's coming back. So, like, anyways, subscribe and I'll catch you guys soon.